With a loss against the Dallas Cowboys, the Seattle Seahawks face great danger because they are now 6-6 on the season. And with them already having 2 losses against the Los Angeles Rams, they may not be able to control their destiny to get into the wild card and make the NFL playoffs this year. This has been a very disappointing season for the Seattle Seahawks. And that game against the Dallas Cowboys was a heartbreaker for this team. They had a very good offensive showing in this game, and the referees did not help out the Seattle Seahawks at all. It was a lot of bad penalties on the Seattle Seahawks that were being called. Some of them were holding by the defensive backs, but majority of them were not. And you also had a bad play by Jamal Adams as well. And you look at the rest of the schedule for the Seattle Seahawks, man, it's going to be hard for this team to go out and win out. But if it's a team that can go out there and do it, it'll be the Seattle Seahawks. They face the San Francisco 49ers on the road December the 10th. After that, they face the Philadelphia Eagles at home. Then they go on the road again to face the Tennessee Titans. Then they face the Pittsburgh Steelers at home. Then they go on the road again to face the Arizona Cardinals. I'm pretty sure that they will go out there and beat the Arizona Cardinals and handle business. And the same with the Tennessee Titans. But 3 of these games are going to be tough. When you look at the San Francisco 49ers, they have already lost to this team. They lost to them in ugly fashion on Thanksgiving Day. And it doesn't help because this team also went out there and lost to the Los Angeles Rams, not once, but twice this season. And the biggest thing this season with the Seattle Seahawks, their offense was not able to wake up. Now, against the Dallas Cowboys, they scored 35 points. Geno Smith was awesome. He looked like how he looked last season. 334 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. That DeRon Bland made a phenomenal play on Tyler Lockett. But when you look at Geno Smith, he was willing and dealing. Played very well. The offensive line did give him some good moments and some bad moments as well. They have Abraham Lucas back with this team. And he played some good snaps with the Dallas Cowboys. He's still playing his way back into shape. If this offensive line can stay healthy and they can get Kenneth Walker III back from that oblique injury, they can be in a very good situation. Zach Charbonnet had a solid game. He didn't go crazy, but he had 60 rushing yards and 39 receiving yards as well. DK Metcalf had 134 receiving yards and 3 receiving touchdowns. That should be the formula. Feed DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, and Jackson Smith-Njigba. They're going to need this offense to go out here and put up some points and not be anemic for majority of the game. That's how they can win football games. Their defense did let them down against the Dallas Cowboys. There was a lot of penalties that did not go their way. Devin Witherspoon is a very good corner with this team. Same with Tariq Woolen. I am worried about Jamal Adams. Quandre Diggs is a very good ball hawking safety with this team. And I'm not worried about Jamal Adams because he gave up the touchdown to Jake Ferguson, even though that's a bad look because he was talking mess early in the game. What bothers me with Jamal Adams, he's a liability in coverage, not just against the Dallas Cowboys, just in general. This is a kid a couple years ago, they traded 2 first-round picks for him, and he has dealt with injuries, couldn't stay on the field, and he isn't that same quick safety that he once was at the line of scrimmage. He's good at stopping the run, good at covering running backs out the backfield, but right now he can't cover top-tier tight ends, and I'm worried about that because they're going to have to go out here and find a way to beat the San Francisco 49ers. If they don't beat the San Francisco 49ers, they're really in a bad situation. That's going to be hard to do. They have yet to beat this team with Geno Smith at the quarterback position, and it's not all on Geno Smith. The offensive line gets overpowered by that front of the San Francisco 49ers, and the wide receivers have a tough time getting open. They have to go out and execute heavy against the 49ers and do the same against the Philadelphia Eagles. And the reason why I'm harping on that, you already lost to the Los Angeles Rams, twice this season. And you already lost to the San Francisco 49ers once this season. You have to win a clutch division game. And this is the game for them to go out here and win. I'm expecting for Geno Smith to step up and expect for the play call to step up as well. But they need to get some wins together. And it's going to be hard to do with this schedule, but if it's a team that can do it, it'll be a team that's coached up by Pete Carroll. And the reason why I'm being so hard and I'm so worried about this team, like I mentioned before, if the Rams win out, the Seattle Seahawks are screwed because they don't own their own destiny. You're competing with the Rams to make the wild card, the Minnesota Vikings, and the Green Bay Packers, who all have a weaker schedule than the Seattle Seahawks, in my opinion. I think that Geno Smith and the offense showed a lot of good promise against the Dallas Cowboys, but they're going to have to do that on a weekly basis. They went 7 quarters without an offensive touchdown, and that has definitely hurt this team and held this team back. A lot of it came down with injuries because Abraham Lucas has missed majority of this season. The only game that he did play this season was against the Los Angeles Rams, and he only played half of that game. He was out at halftime dealing with a knee injury, and he looked solid against the Dallas Cowboys. They're going to need him to hold up. The same with Kenneth Walker III as well. And this team really misses Uchenna Nwosu. They're not getting that same pass rush that they were getting early in the season. And Uchenna Nwosu was tied with leading this team in sacks last season with 9.5 with Darrell Taylor. And Darrell Taylor has been a solid pass rusher with this team, but he hasn't been the same pass rusher that he was last season. And Draymond Jones is a very good defensive player, but he's not that dominant force that they were hoping him to be at the defensive end position. He only has 2.5 sacks on the season. Jaron Reed has been very good with 5 sacks on the season, stopping the run. Leonard Williams, 3.5 sacks, getting things done. Another thing to take note of is this. Jordan Brooks went out against the Dallas Cowboys at halftime dealing with an ankle injury. That is the best tackling linebacker on this team. I understand you have Bobby Wagner, and he's good, but he's not the same Bobby Wagner he was a couple years ago. Not saying that he's a bad linebacker, but they need Jordan Brooks alongside him. Devin Bush made some good plays, but you don't want Devin Bush to be in the game for the entire game. They need Jordan Brooks to stay healthy. They need Bobby Wagner to stay upright as well. I like their secondary with Devin Witherspoon, Tariq Woolen, and Quandre Diggs. I just have a lot of questions right now about Jamal Adams. Very good tackling safety and coverage, just isn't elite anymore, if he ever was elite in that category with the New York Jets. But with that being said, I'm going to leave it up to you guys. Do you guys believe that the Seattle Seahawks can make the NFL playoffs still with them sitting at 500 at being 6-6, or do you believe that they have too much of a task in front of them to go out and beat the San Francisco 49ers, the Philadelphia Eagles, the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Tennessee Titans, and the Arizona Cardinals? Let me know in the comment section below. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. If you like the video, hit the like button. Most importantly, want each and every last one, guys, stay safe, stay positive. Thanks for watching the video, guys. Peace.